Hey guys, good morning. Just a quick video here as I'm going through Reddit in my accounting thread, and I found an audit manager who is making $78,000 a year. I found that number to be quite low, 78,000 as an audit manager. Granted, he's in the Midwest, so the Midwest is maybe a low-cost locale. However, when you look at the numbers for an audit manager, you'll find that the median is about 121,000 nationwide, right? So this number is quite low. So I wanted to go through the economics of what the firm is making off of you as an audit manager, right? So I'm going to go through some rough numbers here, and you keep me honest. If any of these numbers isn't what you think or your experience, let me know. I'm going to go through the numbers and see how much they're profiting off of you as an audit manager, and whether that justifies paying you more than $78,000 a year that we're seeing here. So in this case here, my calculation is you're working 40 hours a week as an audit manager. A lot of times work more, 45, 50 hours, but let's just say 40 hours a week times 46 weeks in the year. So and the year has 52 weeks, but we're assuming here that there are 6 weeks that are between holidays and your PTO and stuff like that. I'm going to take that and multiply it. That's 1,840 hours per year. Now, we're going to have to take a haircut of that number and say that utilization rate 80%. So I'm going to assume that you're not utilized at 100%, right? There's definitely some downtime, bench time, administrative time, taking some CPE education time. So 80%, I'm going to take it down to 80% for utilization, right? I'm going to take it down further by another 20% down to 80% of that number based on a negotiated billable hourly number from the client. So usually when you go to the client with a number of billable hours and you say, hey, I worked in your engagement for 1,000 hours, the client will take it down to 800 hours as a way of negotiating a better rate or price. So I'm going to take it down to the 80%. That is 1,177 hours per year worked by the audit manager. Okay, now I'm going to take that and multiply by the hourly rate or the billing rate for an audit manager. And just from my experience working in audit and from my network, speaking to my network, the number is between 400 to 800 per hour for an audit manager. That's what you bill the client at, between 400 and 800. So I'm going to go on the lower end here with $500 per hour, assuming it's a Midwest firm in the US, so it's not like a big metropolitan area in the US. 500 per hour. That's going to give us, multiplied by the number of hours worked, 588K that the firm is making, but it's not all profit, right? This is just revenue, right? To arrive at the profit from that, we multiply by the profit margin. The average profit margin for a consulting firm is between 10 and 20%. However, I'm going to go on the higher end here, about 20% based on the efficiencies that we've been seeing with technology. Also after COVID, a lot of work is done remote or hybrid, so the firms are definitely saving on overhead and rent space and stuff like that, right? So that says that this firm is going to make off of the audit manager profit, pure profit of $118,000, assuming in this 20% profit margin, assuming that they're paying market rate for this audit manager. In this case here, definitely they're not paying market rate, paying $78,000 a year for an audit manager. So the point here is that there is tons of room for this audit manager to ask for more money or make more money. So they definitely should update their resume and go and look for another job ASAP, because 78,000 is extremely low for the education, the amount of work you had to put in. 100%, they are probably a CPA, so they had to put in tons of work to become a CPA. So they definitely should be looking for another job real soon. If you want to make an exit from public accounting, there's a great video that I made on the right time to make an exit based on your goal, what you want to do after that. So there is a video on that. I'm going to leave a link up here. And also, if you want to learn how to run an accounting operation in general, like a controller, if you want to exit from public to private and you want to learn how to run the show as a controller, I'm going to leave a link below to the Controller Academy, where I teach you the entire accounting cycle and the operation as a controller. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.